Technology in Owerri and the University in Umudike, the University of Agric in Umudike. Following on that, we've consulted for various universities, the Ahmadu Bello University, the Federal University Umudike, the new university in Lafia, the University of Maiduguri. The University of Maiduguri, we anchored their chemistry department. The Ahmadu Bello University, we are doing the lecture theatre and moot court for the Faculty of Law. It's still work in progress. And we're consultant also to the EBU Stadium. We have done, for Umudike, we did a number of projects there, what they call the Block K, which is a major, I think they're using that particular block for the postgraduate school. We've also done their Faculty of Veterinary Medicine complex. We've also consulted for agencies like the Civil Aviation Authority, where we did their regional offices and staff housing. We've done a number of projects nationwide. I can't easily call to mind all of them, but we've been quite active in the construction industry. Eco Project Services, as it were, also believes that for you to be involved in major projects, sometimes you need to partner with some other Nigerian firms. And in very recent past, we've partnered with some Nigerian firms to execute major national projects. We have a partnership with Interscope Consultants under the name Interscope Eco JV Limited. It's a joint venture partnership for which we've done quite a number of projects. One of the major projects we did was for the NITT, the Transport Technology Institute. We did the Transport Technology Complex. We've also partnered with some other consulting firm in which we established a consortium known as ITAT Consulting, in which Eco Project Services is one of the foremost partners in that consortium. Under that consortium, we anchored the constituency projects of the National Assembly members between 2008 and 2012. And these are major projects that cut across the entire country. In that assignment, we intervened in over 12,000 locations. We managed over 5,000 contracts. We superintended over 43 consultants, and we assisted government in ensuring value for money.
At Eco Project Services Limited, integrity and competence is the unique selling point, as their topmost priority is to ensure that clients get value for their money. This they achieve by providing good and quality projects to their clients.
Integrity, I think, is a unique selling point. Many of the projects we've handled, we find out that there are projects in which the clients want persons of integrity to ensure that they have value for money and they have good quality delivery of the assignments. I'll give you an example. In 2004 to 2006, we were appointed as one of the members of a quality assurance team for all the projects being funded in the Federal Ministry of Water Resources by the then BMPIU, that is Bureau for Budget Monitoring and Implementation. We were seen as third-party certification agents to ensure that government gets value for money for the work it's doing. Recently, under the constituency project assignments I told you, we were also appointed to be watchdogs to oversee and ensure that the projects were properly executed and that government also got value for money. I see that our major calling is to ensure that whatever we do, that the agent or the clients we represent gets value for money and can, at the end of the day, be happy that it has invested in this particular area. And so I think that our major selling point, in my mind, is the integrity that we bring to bear on the practice of the profession, and also not losing sight of the need for good quality competence So competence and integrity are the two major things we bring that are unique to us.
The brand believes that there are some face-up in the industry generally, and this has to do with individual practices, which is a major challenge because the industry requires a broad spectrum of expertise to enrich their practice for which the clients will benefit from. Also, there should be increased patronage from the government as a means to encourage the local practitioners in the country.
The major challenge, I will say, to the practice is that most of us still practice as individuals, unlike what you find abroad, where a consulting firm will be having over 100 well-trained and experienced engineers. You still find that most of our practices here, 2, 3, 4 persons, and that's just it. I think it's a major challenge because the engineering profession requires the input of a lot more, a lot number of persons with diverse expertise to enrich the practice. And so, and that's why for us at Eco Projects, we keep going out to associate with other firms to see if we can bring on the table a broad spectrum of expertise for which the client will benefit from. And so I think it's a major drawback to the practice in Nigeria. Secondly is also the level of government patronage. We still think that government needs to do more to encourage the local professionals to grow. In my organization, for instance, at present we have about 8, 9 engineers. We could do more, and we would like to do more. We would like to bring in many more people to gain experience and grow in the organization. But you only do that when you are sure of continuous patronage from clients. And so sometimes you find out you, as a consultant, you are going for 6 months without jobs, as it were. But I would say that we still require government patronage. With increased government patronage, certainly we will grow. And one thing you know that in the profession is that every job, every engineering job comes with its own challenges, comes with its own exposure, there's hardly any job you do that you don't learn something new from. And so I will say that the more the opportunity, the better for us and the better for the practice.
My name is Rotimi Oladele. I'm a printer and a teacher and a journalist. So this I found myself doing one way or the other, and all of them very interesting to me. And also I'm a chartered marketer and a professional public relations practitioner. I started from the scratch because I never had the opportunity of going to a secondary school, but God gave me the grace to access education by hard work. So I started as a messenger in the old cabinet office, which you now call presidency, so at Race Course, where on my own I learned typewriting and eventually went to Federal Training Center, Broad Street, to do stenography. And it was stenography that pushed me into printing, because after finishing my stenography and a diploma in journalism, I found journalism and stenography complementary, and I found that they were very useful in publishing. So I had, as a diplomatic reporter under Gowon regime, in the same cabinet office, I eventually found a job as a production control officer in the Mint. And I joined the Mint in 1978. From where I moved on to go for further studies and came back to join Michael Otedola and partners as PR trainee, and then eventually worked as the pioneer staff for Impact Press. And from there, again, moved on for further education and came back eventually after youth service 1983 to join Longman Publishers. Since then, since Longman era to date, I have not left printing and publishing. Reasons why stakeholders must continue talking together. Even the Yaba Tech and Kaduna Poly, there are other few like Kano State Polytechnic that are still coming up. But even the technical colleges, like we have some that talk about handling training in printing, but they don't have machines, they don't have equipment. Even the Yaba that's supposed to be the leader, which equipment are we talking about with this ICT level of printing and so on? But the truth of the matter is that government should go back to vocational education as a pathway to skill development and capacity building for industrialization in Nigeria. There's a need for specialist universities in some areas, like we came back to have University of Agri. There's nothing wrong for us to have an ivory tower that we can designate as University of Printing and Publishing. If we cannot replicate a functional department in all the universities or some of the universities we have, we can build a wholesome facility like even UK, as old as it is in printing. There is now University of the Arts, which is a amalgamation of various colleges. We used to have London College of Printing, London College of Fashion, London College of this, London College of that. All of them, about 16 or 17 colleges coming together to form what they call University of the Arts. And use with massive, kind of incredible level of infrastructure. So there's a need for Nigerian government to see that, to step down the volume of foreign exchange going out from printing and publishing in terms of training and capacity building, importation of consumables and machinery. We must grow our own experts. In fact, if Yaba Tech could be assisted to have another campus entirely, because they already have the manpower to build, and Kaduna too, just starting with those two, to build printing and publishing school of printing and publishing in a very big size, in very wonderful magnitude, that will take hundreds of youths, male and female, in related courses in printing and publishing. In the next 10-20 years, we can do what Germany has done, we can do what India is now doing, and we can do what China, South Korea, Japan, Canada have done. When you go to international printing exhibitions, you see these nationals of these countries I've mentioned to you, the wonderful magic they perform in printing and publishing, because they have the skill and also they have the equipment.
Now, Doctor, talking about skills and equipment, because what we have here in Megavon is encouraging to a large extent. Now, you also believe, or rather the company policy also believe in training and retraining of personnel, bearing in mind the industry's technological base. What is the driving force? What is making that training and retraining all over again? Because we took a tour of a facility and saw some things that actually almost my heart leaped for joy that we have something like this here, but hidden. So training and retraining here. So what is
actually that is the major thrust of our development and ongoing reorganization. Training and retraining. I even myself, I'm in training. I'm on one now, which I will finish in another 1 week, which we call leadership and governance in printing and communication business. It's the first time Lagos Business School is running it, and we're only 7 there, and we're 5, only 5 there, and happen to be 1 out of the 5. We just came back from a 1-week walking tour of communication and printing outfits in UK, and it's wonderful. that one has been exposed to something different in terms of governance, leadership, structure, communication, management of equipment, and training of others. But before that program, because of the way I was brought up in this industry, it was through training and retraining that I became what I am through all organizations I've worked, from Mint to Impact Press of Michael Otedola, to Longman Publishers, to Academic Press, to Nigerian Tribune newspapers, to University of Ibadan Press, and of course, all through these years, it's one training or the other, and that makes one a professional.
Well, I want to say thank you so very much and welcome back. You've had what expert